Hey guys, this is like the perfect filming time for me today because the sun is directly up there, but it's covered by the clouds, so it's not scorching hot. It's like 80 something degrees on a Sunday. The vibes are just right, and it's quiet, so I was like, let me crank out a video today because I did not show up yesterday. What was I doing? I think I just didn't feel like it. But I felt inspired to show up today. So I've just been sitting here communing with the divine and my spirits. And I was reflecting on the state of my womb. How I like to connect with my womb, one of the ways that I like to connect with my womb is cosmically or astrologically. I take note of what sign the moon is, and if I'm on point enough, the degree that my cycle starts on, and I really take that as a message from my womb of what not only needs to be released and cleared, but how I can use that energy to actualize my desires and create my reality. So this cycle started last month when the moon was in Aquarius, and we just had an Aquarius moon. We had a full moon actually, and because we are now in the sign of Pisces, I take that as a sign that I have, completed a cycle in a sense, like fully completed the cycle, because things have been able to come full circle. The moon has passed the degree at which my cycle has started. So, of course, a complete cycle has taken place. And being in the sign of Aquarius, I was reflecting on this past cycle. I'm expecting my cycle to come anytime now. I've been reflecting on this past moon cycle. And I realized that me coming back on YouTube, me being very intentional with how I show up digitally, me being very intentional with what I'm consuming on the internet and making sure that what I'm consuming is an actual reflection of who I am and what I believe in and, what I'm trying to emulate. I make sure that I'm consciously consuming when it comes to the internet. And because of that, I feel like I've been able to come back into myself a lot more. Self-discovery has become a really, really fun journey for me because, it's not just about what aesthetics I like anymore. It's about really getting into the nooks and the crannies of what my taste really looks like and what living an enriched experience looks like for me. And it looks very different from Euro summer and twerking in Turks and being in Miami on a yacht. It looks so different from that. And mind you, I would not mind having those experiences. I'm very open to having those experiences, but that is not my vision for success, for fun, for living an enriched experience. And it can be very intimidating to come onto the internet not looking like everyone and not living the life that everyone has curated for social media. It's very intimidating being the odd one out sometimes. It's very empowering, but before I was able to step into the power, I was feeling very intimidated, and for years I would try to mask myself. As I would come on social media, I would mask myself and show up in a way where I felt like I would be more accepted. There were times where I would like literally question if I am who I say I am, because it doesn't look like how everyone else describes who I say I am. For example, my screen name, Fly Girl, that's what I like to go by on social media. And I would question, like, am I really that fly? Because my wardrobe isn't all vintage designer, and I'm not always going to get my 30-inch bust down for $700 every week, and my nails aren't always done, and I don't get my lashes done. Like, am I really who I say I am? Which is so fucked up. But yeah, I was under a spell. And because of this spell, I wasn't showing up. Bro, are you so serious? I'm trying to make a video here. But because of this spell, I wasn't confident enough to show up consistently. And anytime I would come on here authentically, I would crawl back into the shadows. I wouldn't even crawl, bitch. I would dart back into the shadows, and it left me confused. And every time I did show up, I would announce it as this whole rebirth, like, oh, I've rebranded, I've rebirthed into this confident version of myself. But that really wasn't the case. I was repeating the same cycle over and over and over. And it's because I was under a spell. I was under the spell of embarrassment. And if you are somebody that you deem as chosen, if you are somebody that knows that they have a big purpose in this lifetime that they came here to fulfill, and not even on some ego shit, but like on some real shit, you know you came here with a purpose, you're convicted in that knowing, it is so important that we disillusion ourselves from the spell of being embarrassed. Like, there is no such thing as embarrassment. Embarrassment is a spell. It is a story that your ego tries to tell you in order to get you to run back into the shadows. And it's so sad how many people are so bright. They are so wise. They are so gifted. They have so much to offer to the world, and they are imprisoned by this spell. They are enslaved by this spell of embarrassment. And I think that I was able to surpass the Aquarius moon cycle phase because I have finally been able to get over this spell. I broke the spell of embarrassment. And I'm so proud of myself. I am so proud of myself. Like, I'm so happy that I can sit here and talk about this and admit this to myself and accept this about myself, and also move forward about 2 weeks out before my 25th birthday. That's so amazing. And this is probably the biggest gift that 24-year-old me could give to 25-year-old me as I step into this new phase of womanhood, as I step into this this quarter century era. Embarrassment is not real. It's not real. It's only real if you make it real. Stop being scary. Stop being scary. Just do it. For real. For real. I'm making my 3rd video in the last week with 16 subscribers and 0 views on my last 2 videos. And I don't care, because in my head, I'm somewhere else, okay? This space is booming. So, yeah. Also, nobody cares that much. And if they do care, it's just because they're trying to distract themselves from what they need to get going on. Anyways, there's a truck coming. I'm gonna go. Have a great Sunday.